Good morning, hello, or afternoon. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to go over making a crescent moon and also a gradient background. They're very simple. I know most people probably know how to do this, but in case it helps, I think going over some of the basic tools and showing little things of how I do this, how I do that, people can take what they want, what works for them, and add it to their workflow. It's kind of how I built up my workflow, is just trying out a different people's methods and taking what worked for them or what worked for me and then kind of altering it for my workflow. So very quick, very simple. The crescent moon is just a moon with shadow and lighting on the edge. And to achieve this, just a selection tool, a fill bucket, and an airbrush tool that I made really large, bigger than the selection, and just very gently got put in the shadow and lighting. And that's it. That's all you got to do. And then you can move it so like it's facing downward at the moment. So if I wanted it, I could just use the transformation tool, Control T if you're on a PC, and then just turn it. So, yep, that's really easy. And you can use that for all kinds of different things. For the next part, we're going to do a very quick gradient starry background. And again, this is just to go over some tools and layer modes to achieve a certain look. And you can use this method for any kind of different thing. It doesn't have to be a starry background either. The brush that I do use is a custom brush from a mentorship I took. I can't share that, but there are starry custom brushes on Clip Studio Paint Asset Store if you use CSP. But the main point of it is once you get this, you use the selection tool and the gradient tool to create the background that you see. And then on a layer above it, you use layer modes such as add glow, color dodge, overlay. And those are what I kind of go through and using different colors with the brushes and other colors in the gradient tool to create the effect that you see on the screen. So very simple, very easy, and you can use these two tools or methods for all kinds of different things. I use them for the backgrounds for making mountains, for painting in buildings, for adjusting the lighting on paintings. You can, once you kind of get a hang of these tools, you will notice that your process speeds up a lot. And that can help with getting the ideas out. It doesn't mean that it's refined. Refining takes a lot longer, but getting the idea down, that's a skill in itself, I learned. So I hope these helped.